This is kind of a whiplash morning, dealing with impeachment at 9 o'clock, USMCA.
And the day is young.
And the reason they announced it on the same day, 1 hour later, they announced impeachment. A few guys standing behind her. They announced impeachment. And then an hour later, she announced that she's going to do USMCA. You know why? It's a huge deal. And it plays down the impeachment because they're embarrassed by the impeachment. But today, the House Democrats announced these two flimsy, pathetic, ridiculous articles of impeachment. The House Democrats are walking back from everything they claimed with today's announcement. They're now admitting there was no collusion, there was no obstruction of justice, and there were no crimes whatsoever. There are no crimes. It says it. There are no crimes. They're impeaching me, and there are no crimes. This has to be a first in history. They're impeaching me. You know why? Because they want to win an election, and that's the only way they can do it.
Boy, you know, Mika, let's see, where do I start here? First of all, you were looking, by the way, that clip of the guy in Pennsylvania. That's going to be the third president in 240 years of this great republic to be impeached. That's the impeached. We'll be referring to him as the impeached Donald Trump. But, of course, the lies, Mika. If he could just stop the lies and talk about the economy. Yeah. I mean, his numbers would go up among women and men. If he would stop the conspiracy theories and just talk about the economy, his numbers would go up among women and men. If he could stop doing Vladimir Putin's bidding, his numbers would go up among women and men. But he can't do it. I don't know why he can't do it. It makes no sense. People who work for him don't know why he can't do it. But he's constantly, he's shooting himself in the foot every day. It's just what he does. But he said a couple of things here. They admitted there's no obstruction of justice. Nobody's admitted that. There are 10 examples of obstruction of justice in the Mueller report, which, of course, half the Republicans haven't even read. But if you did read it, you would see 10 examples that would get you and me and other people who did those things actually buried under a federal penitentiary because he did obstruct justice. Of course, yesterday, how funny that Lavrov, how stupid of him to let Lavrov come back to the White House to remind us of the last time Lavrov was in the White House when Donald Trump admitted he obstructed justice to the Russian foreign minister by saying, you know what, I fired my FBI director today. It's a really good thing. It's going to put some of the pressure off on this investigation, just like he admitted it to Lesser Holt. So no, there was obstruction of justice. So let's check that off. That's a lie. Also, for our friends in the audience last night, when he said no crimes, no crimes. No, actually, the president has committed crimes. Again, any member of Congress in the House or the Senate, any presidential candidate that had done what this president did right before the election, paying hush money to a porn star so he could win the election and avoid that bad headline right before the election and then not report that to the Federal Elections Commission, that person would be in jail. I've known members of Congress that have gone to jail for a lot less. And as far as collusion with Russia, I don't know if you want to call it collusion or a conspiracy or whatever you want to call it, but we have found out the president actually was directing his people, along with Roger Stone, to work with a front for Russia that he knew was a front for Russia, that Roger Stone knew was a front for Russia. And we got information from the Roger Stone trial afterwards that draws a straight line from Donald Trump to his people to Russia. And it's there. It's in the report. I guess this president's decided he's only going to appeal to low information voters, people that don't read. Because if they read, and there are a lot of great conservative Republicans out there that, like me, like to read, if they read the Mueller report, if they read the details of this Ukraine investigation, if they read about the hush money to a porn star, and I'm sorry, Mr. President, I don't mean to go on so long about this, but you just lied to your people, and that makes me sad. I want them to know the truth. We should stop lying to your people. But if they read the details about the hush money to the porn star, they would understand that, yes, he committed crimes that have his people in jail. I mean, the person that was in the conspiracy with him committing that crime, sitting in jail this morning. And yet the president's running around claiming, I committed no crimes. No, Mr. President. Time and time again, Robert Mueller and everybody else said, you can't be charged with a crime. You can't be indicted while you're president of the United States. And we understand that's why this re-election means so much to you. It does. Because you think you can skate from justice for another 4 years if you win.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.